Ba- as there is nothing called IGCSE homeschooling and all. But thing is that since the topic came up, just wanted to focus on this. Even if you are doing IGCSE or curriculum, like what all challenges or what all things you need to take care is there. And since you are like Vihan, you have been already homeschooling your child, maybe not required, but since I get this kind of webinars where maybe there will be people who might be new, completely new to the concept of homeschooling. So that's how I start. So IGCC board and all, like now just I have just put all the information you can get in the website as well. This is a quite old board, like 160 years old, and association with India is like quite old because the Britishers came, and what board they have established is IGCSE or maybe Cambridge board, what you can call it. Obviously, it was earlier named something different. Now we know it is Cambridge board. So one way is like it is one of the largest international board available in the world. Like in short, if you want to say, more than 8 million to 9 million students appears for this exam every year. In India, like how many centers are there and all, like every state has one, at least Cambridge board and center, or at least a school. But if you just compare it with like CBSE or ICSE, obviously the number will be less. And there was very interesting questions I was asked, like I saw that I thought like this forum I can address is like if the um, certificate is not recognized, why? And there are so many schools of IGCSE in India. I thought that is a very interesting question, but relevant. Only thing is that uh, parents put like the students who go through IGCSE or IB curriculum, mostly like kind of some people like who come from abroad, like after finishing their studies, maybe one of most of them will go back to outside India to seek for career opportunities. So it always helps them, like if they have a international board, then that doesn't mean that NIS is not recognized, but the pattern the syllabus follows, it helps with the international board. As I said, like um, Cambridge curriculum is recognized all over the world. And homeschooling, Raji, you are also homeschooling your child?
He is currently going to an alternate school,
Mhm.
wherein they also prefer IGCSE.
All right. All right. Very good. Thank you very much. So just for, I thought like some people will be joining like who want to homeschool. So basically it is like allows for personal learning experience and to
Yeah.
meet your child unique need and interest and pace of learning.
Mhm.
And
Actually, I
then,
was homeschooling my child initially when he was very young,
mhm,
around six
right.
years, till 6 years, and then now he's in alternate. So
Hmm.
maybe I would even write the exams privately. It depends on,
Yes, yes. Means
yeah.
like as you have like when we start homeschooling journey, and since I have put the topic as IGCSE homeschooling, so I thought
Mm.
maybe there will be some audience where they want to know what is the benefit of homeschooling and all. So these are the four
Okay.
things I have put it into broad, but since our topic is different and we'll go there. And this is like kind of reasons of homeschooling, like some people ask me. And
Mhm.
but now what is IGCSE means how, as you have said, how we can get this Cambridge certificate or International General Certificate of Secondary Education curriculum from home, typically without attending a traditional school or as a private candidate, what we call it. So it allows the students as a homeschooling and then uh, and it allows study students allow study independently with the guidance of parent tutors and online programs. Now, this is the relevant question first. people ask in IGCSE homeschooling is recognized by colleges and university. Obviously, like if you go to US or UK, definitely it is qualified. In India, there is something called equivalency certificate. So there have been a lot of confusion regarding this. So the equivalency certificate again, like it because of the grade that is offered, and then like they give not like a marks card, they give a kind of a report kind of stuff, like when you get that. So whichever board or university recognize, they take it. But as I said, like Cambridge has been associated with 100 years in India. It is not that at all like people cannot get through, right? And there is another query people come up with if IGCSE, if we study my children, it is like they can appear for NEET or they can crack IIT JEE or not. There like typical questions I get from the school system, like who come from. So answer is like for my that is like there are two different things. One is you study for a board and study for a competitive exam is again, as we all know, that needs specific preparation and depends on the child or the family member or how they believe in that. They prepare differently. Some people prepare for like more than 3, 4 years. Some people prepare only 1 year, 2 years. So it depends. But that is like specific to that entrance exam. I don't think like that really depends on the board. Yes, every board like CBSE, ICSE, or like CM, NIOS as well as IGCSE has its pros and cons. But if child wants to do a competitive exam, they need to follow certain way, which is not required here. So government institutions there is no problem of IGCSE students. Private institutions, sometimes they may ask, but thing is that I have not heard till now because private institutions are there like who need students. So I have not really heard like maybe initial hiccup, but after that, if there was a problem, a board cannot exist for such a long years associated with India. So now how you want to register for IGCSE exams as a homeschooler means if you are familiar with NIOS, IGCSE also has your exam centers. And thing is that like there is certain way to get certificate or like to get better preparation. Many homeschooling students, like I have students like who were from Coimbatore and all, they actually opted to join the school, but the reason was different. Like the child was a sportsman, and city like Coimbatore was not offering him the only school was the best place. And but thing is that where he stayed from here, there school was very much distance. Like coming and going, traveling was taking time. So he opted to join in the school, and that school was residential school. So again, this is like kind of like some students choose to join a school because becomes easier because for a private candidate sometimes one of my students was he stayed in South Bangalore, but to give exam he took a rent a house in North Bangalore to give exam only. So exam centers maybe not as elaborate like CBSE and ICSE or like NIS board exams. So where you can find a Cambridge school, you can search with this URL and you can search for which accepts private candidate and you can talk to them and enroll for register for the exam. And the website is this cambridgeinternational.org. So you can do that. So there is a process on that specific to that, like when you need help. And then I think one of you are asking, like for primary, is there a assessment? So again, for that, like Cambridge encourages, like you should come through. There is a provision of primary assessment and then middle school assessment also. But in India, the guidance is there, but how they follow in the schools, it depends on the schools and all. So. And seeing the cost and all, like many of the parents opt for they teach their kids till 8th standard, and then directly ninth standard they take admission in a international school and all, and then proceed from there, like which are like more flexible on this. Again, I am saying school, it is for students who wants to have that structured curriculum. Private candidate exam also given. I have students who are giving exam as a private candidate. And there are not only one, like there are two students, like their brother, sister, they have given exam like that. So it's possible. And what are the resources available for homeschooling? A lot of books are available, and books are quite standard, like except if you don't have concern of pricing. I find the books are very well written, and one of the best thing about IGCSE curriculum is every 2 years or 3 years the books are getting renewed, like it gets updated with the latest happening in the world. So in that way, like it is like very kind of up to date syllabus, and specific study materials are very good. Now, challenge where I feel like as a student or as homeschooler, we can find is suppose he doesn't have access to proper guide, like if he's preparing privately, because IGCSE as a curriculum, it demands certain type of specific way of writing. Like for example, like when I started supporting IGCSE student, I also was very shocked to know about that. Like even they have kind of moderation of marks on based on spelling mistake or how you write, like even handwriting also they considered. So this is like kind of, at least our Indian boards have gone away, so obviously it needs a little bit of intense preparation. Suppose a child is into sports or maybe music, like who is like actively pursuing something, or is an entrepreneur who may not be able to dedicate that much of academic effort. So they should choose subject like according to their convenience. As well as like in my organization also, like here I can say like we are Skill Elevate Online, and I've been supporting students from last 3 years. And I saw like if you have a planned preparation and you have the correct guidance, no board is a problem. So even IGCSE being they are very scientific, uh, it's not a problem. And childs once they find the rhythm, they able to do it very easily. So this practical exam is like when sometimes I get questions like what about practicals? So if you are homeschooling child and not going to school, so having the practicals at home might be difficult. So what I suggest is like I have this WhatsApp group for IGCSE homeschoolers, and sometimes I try to talk to the alternative education centers, or maybe the people like who are like physics enthusiast or chemistry enthusiast, or like parents like me. So we come together and like try to help these students for practicals. Sometimes, if you know somebody in a school like who may allow our kids to participate, or the private candidate where you register, from there you can go and practice. So coursework, like this is mainly for subjects like art and design or English language. So for you need to do like coursework. So it may need like coursework is similar to like TMA that is there in, but obviously it has a very detailed. So we support students like to prepare and submit your coursework, and but homeschoolers can submit, and they can submit directly in Cambridge website. And now question comes sometimes my I get questions like whether parents can teach. So answer is absolutely yes. I am also parent of two boys, but only thing is my kids are in NIS. Not because of that. My mainly thing is that like I didn't find that cost is like kind of like not required, but the books and all like my kids reads even IJC books also. So I look it for more than a certificate point of view if they need. As of now, they are not showing any interest of giving any exam. So I need to see like how it goes. But definitely yes, it is quite like clearly given. Sometimes it may find that what I feel is we are like kind of product of like say state syllabus or ICSE or um, ICSE like unless we have studied in a Cambridge curriculum. Like as a parent, I'm saying. So that time maybe it may be difficult for us to understand. So for that, in case like children are not directly getting tuition or by us, like a skill elevate online, we even offer support resources and supports for homeschooling parents as well. How to they have been teaching. They might be teaching their children from childhood. So that rhythm that we don't break. Means we support the parents, enable the parents how to help them their children to do that. So that's what we do, and primary, middle, O level, and AS and A level till that we can support now. Disadvantages like means some limited access to certain resources as like practical I have discussed, and what I find is like uh, um, it needs little bit of self-discipline. Some of the children I have met or I have tutored is very like self-starter, you can say. You need not to tell them, they only will come and ask them what they need. But there are some children, they may not be like so keen. It doesn't mean that they are bad or something. It's simply like that. So there, uh, sometimes the parent expectation, like once we put into a board, obviously that uh, small little, okay, how the study is going on, like little bit like our exam pattern, like a regular schooling, it starts some or other way. And which is normal, like if we have that. So somewhere that being a teenager parent and all, like at the 10th standard, sometimes parents may face problem. So for that, like what we do basically as a solution is we try to conduct the boot camps where we come together, bring parents and children together, and try to make everybody's point of view heard, so that some settlement comes to in place. Like if a child is already say earning, is a fashion designer or like started her own venture. She doesn't have any time to do studies, and where parents are saying, okay, give the certificate. So at least we try to make the reason for them, like try to make sure that they see that point of view. And then hopefully it works. Like recently I met a girl like who gave her 12th standard exam, but now she decided she'll take a break. So now what she's doing, she's doing learning farming in Tamil Nadu, Tiruvannamalai, and like 3 months internship in farming. So she wants to really figure out. But in 11th and 12th, what she was trying to do, she was like trying to learn AI. So again, like now kids have lot of choices, and being a homeschooling parent and the like I don't think like we should limit our children for only some specific uh, so disadvantage, like maybe only the facility or the centers, otherwise like we don't see that. And university, how they'll see that, so as a case on case basis, and this often I'm just telling regarding to US universities. So because most of the students are like kind of goes there. So they check on that. So where like letter of recommendation, personal statement, and extracurricular activities are making admission decision. But obviously, in Indian case, maybe it is not true, right? Indian universities, they may not need this thing, and that equivalency certificate that is like requirement for the Indian universities. Now, for retaking exam, IGCSE desired grades, that is possible. So, but there may be limitation of how many times you can retake the exam and within a certain period. And exam fees may apply. So, whereas like if you see like NIS board, they apply like 9 retakes, like 9 times you can take. So, in that, that is like more flexible. But again, academic wise, there is no comparison between IGCSE and NIS. Like IGCSE, I feel like very pretty much advanced in every aspect. Duration of homeschooling. Surprisingly, this question I get, how long you'd need to do this one. I think like this comes from the fact like there is a video or like kind of thing like 10,000 hours if you put, you can become master. So, and see now also we can estimate. So I have got a student who is studying everything like from like third standard till 12th standard within a year. There was a student who finished entire math syllabus within 2 months. But there are students also like to finish one, 2 chapters, 3 chapters of students, like subjects. It took almost 2 years. So again, it is like the goal or the child, how much they want to invest and what all things they need. So each child is very unique, and so here, like what we see, like when we say 2 to 3 years, it is like completing, say, O level exam or AS and A level exam. So that point of view I mentioned this timing. Now, formal diploma. So that's why like there is a lot of debate on. So that's why they receive like a statement of results, not like a certificate or diploma. So, and some homeschooling may issue their own certificates or transcripts, means like the school you are enrolled into, they may give something, or like the online school like Birla Brainiacs and all, they might offer a certificate. But difference here is like you receive a statement of result. So this is like very huge topic. So only thing is that I tell all the parents that in India homeschooling is neither legal or illegal. So, and since IGCSE have been there for such a long time in our country, so that means people are doing well and people are like really opting for that. There is no issues on that. So, and this is like kind of a sample ad I have put like what all subject. There are 55 subjects you can see in the IGCSE portal. So recently we have started supporting for music, dance as well, if somebody is interested in that. So apart from that, like we offer support for STEM subjects, and we offer support for commerce, CBA, like business studies, accountancy, economics, and then humanities subjects also. So we offer support. Our students ranges from like primary, middle school, O level, even AS and A level also we have supported. So that's in brief, like from me, like this is like an introduction. In case you have any specific way of looking at like really deep dive, I'll be very happy to take questions. And this is where our uh, presentation ends. And if you have explored our mm, like if you have explored our the social media pages, we have written this article as well in LinkedIn. where you can see that like this all uh, things what we have discussed here. I have put it together in an article in LinkedIn, so you can check there as well. So I'll put a link to that in a group, and in future, like specific IGCSE related or difference between IGCSE and IG qualification and all these things in detail, I'll come up with in future. Any questions from your side?
I have a question here. So
Yeah.
you were mentioning about spelling mistakes, right?
Yes.
Yeah. If the child is dyslexic, it's obvious they'll have some spelling mistakes, right?
Right.
Is there an option in IGCSE wherein
As far
the
I know,
criteria of dyslexia?
they have option like how like other boards offer. They offer support, scribe support and all. So that is there, but you need
Oh,
to
even scribe
talk to that.
support is there.
Hmm, you need to talk to
Okay.
that particular school and see whether they'll be able to help you or not.
Okay.
Because
For
as a
private
board,
candidates
all
also,
the
you mean
boards.
the center?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I also came to know about this subject selection wherein can I take computer science as well as IT together?
Yeah, I think
Information
that should
technology.
not be a problem. Yeah.
So will that be considered when he goes for this college?
It's like, see, all this
Um,
subject or the
the
criteria.
equivalent certificate will,
Hmm. The all the subject
sorry.
it matters like
So
when we come to India, like India specific thing, right? Like where you want to
yeah.
really like say go for. I'm just taking an example. Very popular example is engineering. So for that, there are
Mm,
certain criteria for those college. Like you should have certain subject in your AS or A level, right?
mhm,
So and apart from that, like if you are really looking at like taking admission like in USA or UK, you know that like there are many people like who had done something else in their 12th, but after going to college, even in our homeschooling community also, you'll have the example
yeah,
like
will
where
change.
Urmila Samson son have gone like he never studied anything, but in 18th and
Mhm,
19th year she studied and now studying with physics and all like so
mhm,
in Reed College, like which is like kind of Steve Jobs College. So uh, only thing is that we need to explore, we need to uh, like kind of provide those data what the university is asking from us, and then
mhm,
hopefully. But situation in India, like we need to remember, like we are 1.4 billion people, so always there will be
mhm.
crowd. So,
Yeah.
keeping in mind, we need to choose universities where, like, it is like supports our homeschooling needs. And fortunately, like
Mhm,
now, I'm seeing like even higher education also there are very alternative type of universities and colleges and new set of people are coming up. So I hope like when our children's like graduates, they'll be having more opportunities than what was there in 5 year or 10 years before.
mhm. Do you know any such alternate college as you know in India?
Means like for, as a homeschooling community, you always know about Swaraj University. They don't ask for any
Yeah.
certificate.
Yeah.
And then Pune
Mhm,
now we have like the all homeschooler. They have started a alternative type of university where like student goes as a practical. In Bangalore or like you can say like Tamil Nadu, like Arohi, they have started with Co University and all like that.
Obesity.
Like
Yeah.
that, huh?
Um,
So people are trying to, so their idea is not to get a grade or something, but whatever a child, if it is homeschool, like from the beginning, what they want to do,
mhm.
they are supporting that. So I think that way, if we think on that, there are like lot of possibilities are there. As
Yes.
I said, like my
Okay.
own students, they are like who have already was doing business from the young age only. Later, because they want to
Mm-hmm.
give a exam, they came for exam. So not like very traditional child and all like that.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Yeah.
So we support, like, say, I always love to work with a student who actually want to start something, already doing so. That is like more exciting for us rather than like just to pass the exam.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So I think only 5 minutes left. We can end the call. If you want anything specific, you can just give us like message in the WhatsApp group, and we can support you. And hopefully, like in our offerings and all, if you just follow our social media channels and all, like we can support you. Like, and if you can have anything requirement, you can let us know so we can provide you the support on that.
For sure.
All right, then. Thank you very much for joining. Have a lovely evening, and we'll be doing this kind of webinars very frequently, and hopefully we'll come up with new topics on this.
Thank you so much.